Hey y'all, my name is Nick. I work in solutions engineering at Piano, and there's one question I get a lot. Does Piano Analytics integrate with Google Tag Manager? And I get it, I really like GTM too. So here's a little introduction on how to get a simple implementation up and running in no time. We'll do a super simple scope. Page view tracking for my Lego house website, and a conversion event for when someone clicks the conversion button. Now there's 4 things we need to have ready. 1. My website. 2. Access to the Piano Analytics interface, so we can use the debugging tools and we can see the data flowing in real time. 3. The documentation. Never hurts. I'll link it in the description. And 4. A GTM container that is hooked up to my website. For this video, I'll start with an empty one. Gosh, it's so peaceful in here. But of course you can also use your existing tags and data layer and variables if you're migrating from another tool. First, we'll get the templates, then we'll set up the variables, then we'll set up the tags, and then we'll QA and check our collected data. We'll need 2 templates, the tag template and the configuration variable template. Both are available in the community library and they're provided by our dev teams. Once you have those, let's start with the variables. First, let's set up the configuration. This is originally a JSON object that is passed to the tag when the tag is being initialized. Let's make a new variable, choose the configuration variable, and start filling out the fields. Both the collection domain as well as the site ID you'll receive from your Piano Analytics consultant, but they're also available for everyone in the interface. The site ID is the equivalent to the property in GA. And this is my standard collection domain. Quick side note, we can also make this custom, or we can point it to your own data collection endpoint, let's say for server-side tag management. Side note 2, we can add a lot of customization in this configuration object, like privacy settings or changing the path to a custom one, but we'll keep it simple for now. Regarding privacy though, I'll add links in the video description with all the resources you need to be privacy compliant. Right, let's save the variable. Now onto the tags. Of course you can just use a custom HTML tag, but to make it even easier, let's use the official PA template. Choose the configuration, choose the action that you want to do, for example, send an event, and tell the template what kind of event you want to track. This can be one of the many standard events, or it can be one of the unlimited custom events you want to track. By the way, the whole data model is purely event-based, so we have a very simple structure of event name and a JSON object with event data with key value pairs. These key value pairs are known as dimensions in GA and they're known as properties in Piano Analytics. Now, of course, there's a bunch of standard properties that are automatically collected and processed. And of course, we can add a few more. Let's use the page path as a page title, and perhaps collect a custom property like the author. I'll hard code this for now because I made the entire website, but of course this is likely to be a data layer variable. Now we'll just add a trigger and save our page view events. This will now start collecting page views on all pages. Quick side note, even if we weren't using a GTM template for this implementation, the syntax for sending an event is very straightforward and well structured. You'll see we have a send event function with the event name and the event data as a JSON object. Now let's tag another type of event, a conversion, when someone clicks the conversion button. Same procedure, new tag, same configuration, different event name. And now to make all the events cross-referenceable, we want to add the same sort of data structure to this event as well. And we'll add one more thing on top. Because we want to count this as a conversion, we can add the goal type property and add the type of conversion that it is. By declaring a goal type, you'll mark this event as a conversion, which will trigger built-in conversion metrics, attribution modeling, and different types of conversion reporting. Now, of course, for this one, we'll need a more nuanced trigger than just all page views. So let's add a trigger which identifies my conversion event. In this case, the click text variable of the button is conversion. Save it. All right, moment of truth. Let's go to preview mode. reload the page, trigger a conversion perhaps, and we can see the tags being fired in the GTM debug view. You'll see that the conversion fired on the link click. Now for debugging, another cool thing that we can do in Piano Analytics is use Stream Inspector. We can stream incoming hits in real time for debugging and auditing purposes, right within the interface. This is super handy for implementation and debugging across platforms. No need for proxies like Fiddler or Charles when you're debugging on connected TV devices, smart TVs, or mobile devices. And now we can start a session to stream all the incoming traffic. And if you're debugging on a live environment, you can also add advanced filters to only single out the traffic that you're causing. Cool, so I started my session. Now I'm going to start using my page. And here are all the events pouring in. You got the page views, you got the conversion click. And you can sift through all the metadata, all the properties that we parse automatically, and also through the raw data of the entire payload. Well, I'm happy with what I'm seeing, so I'll deploy the GTM. Of course, we'll give it a good title, and we'll publish. And we're good to go. Now I'll just surf on my website a little bit to generate some traffic. By the way, of course, you can see all the requests in the Network tab, where you can also click through the nicely structured JSON object. And because Piano Analytics is always real-time and unsampled, you will now start seeing all of these events pouring into the interfaces and APIs. Real-time means I have a 2-minute delay between the tag firing on the page and the fully processed data point in all APIs and interfaces. So now you just have to give it 2 minutes and you'll see the events pouring in the different tools. Here, for example, I've used the ad hoc data mining interface to display all the different events that I'm collecting. You can now drag and drop and analyze all the properties that we've collected, and of course all the standard properties. And for the button clicks that we've marked as a conversion, you'll see that we increment the conversion metric. Now the cool thing is, even if someone messed up tagging, let's say they misspelled my name when they tagged the author, we don't even have to go back into the Google Tag Manager interface. In Piano Analytics, everything is fully transparent in terms of how we map and fill properties. And you can even intercept in pre-processing to create these rules and make a rule for if this event property is spelled wrong, please spell it correctly. And hey, that wraps it up. If you have any questions, let me know or reach out at piano.io.